Lights, camera, action.
Okay, welcome back to Miss Tim's online math class. Alrighty, I think we're at about week 6 here, so that's great. This week in your survey, you started out by guessing how many Orbeez were in the jar. We'll get to that a little bit later. This time for this video, we're going to do a few things a little bit differently. So I'm going to go ahead and put up 4 puzzles throughout the video, and you're going to need to just make your best guess. It's okay if you don't get it right, and you're going to email me and tell me your best guess for each of the 4 puzzles. Okay, so this is the first puzzle. Puzzle number 1. What do you think that puzzle is trying to say? And this is just kind of for fun. It's using some math symbols, and then you've got to try and figure out what is that puzzle trying to say. And you will label this number 1. This is your first guess for the first puzzle. Okay, moving on. Our next thing on the survey this week was, hey, would you rather? Would you rather eat a live bug or a dead worm? Yeah, live bug or dead worm. Okay, yuck for both, but let's see what you guys decided. So for this week, I did our typical percentages really quickly and found out that 14 of you would like to eat a live bug. No, would not happen for me. I'm on the dead worm side. Unless it was like a really big, like long, squishy earthworm kind of thing. No. Okay. Anyway, live bug, good protein. Here we go. 14 of you would like to eat that live bug out of a total of 34 responses. And so when we do the math divide, we get this decimal that keeps going. I rounded the decimal, 41%. Dead worm, 20 of you would like to eat the dead worm. Out of 34, did my division, got my decimal, rounded, turned it into a percent, 59%. And this is a pie graph or a circle graph, and it just really shows you visually. You can really see how 59% of the students would like to eat that dead worm, as opposed to only 41% eating the live bug. Oh, I forgot at the beginning of the video. Yes. Okay, today's video is brought to you by this beautiful robe.
It's not beautiful.
Summer Grace. This beautiful robe, I believe, was purchased at Walmart. It's got some nice pockets. And it's interesting that Summer's giving me a hard time because I'm pretty sure that when my little baby girl was born, I brought her home from the hospital with this robe. Yes, has a special place. Okay, so let's move on to puzzle number 2. So make sure in that email that you're going to send me, you're going to show me puzzle number 2. Puzzle number 2 has some math terms. This first one, I'm going to go ahead and give that to you just in case you're not sure about that one. This one is called an arc. An arc. So see if you can figure that out, what it's trying to say. That's puzzle number 2. If you need to pause the video and spend some time thinking about it, do that. All right, we are moving on to the joke of the week. Joke of the week. Okay, joke of the week. What kind of shorts do clouds wear? Oh, we got some good responses. We got rain shorts, water shorts, snow pants. Clouds don't wear shorts at all. Ha ha ha. But these kids guessed it right. Thunderwear. Ready? Ruthie, Vanessa, Susanna, Thea, Leslie, I.E., Cole, Nina, Nick, Sitlali, Jasmine, William, Vicente, Gabby, Carlos E., Shay, Cadence, Kingsley, and Christina. Good job, guys. You guessed it. The clouds wear thunderwear. All right, next part of our survey last week was to try and guess, excuse me, what is this puzzle say? Yep, you guys did pretty well with that as well. And the answer to that particular word puzzle is spaceship.
Woohoo!
Spaceship. These students
Going
get a
on
big
trip
shout
in
out.
My favorite rocket ship going through the sky.
Big shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah, thanks. For Ruthie, Kingsley, Nina, Cadence, Gabby C, Leslie IE, Cole, Vadim, Vicente, and Vanessa. Good job, guys. Spaceship.
Going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship.
All right, we are moving on to our third puzzle. The third puzzle this week, don't forget, label this as number 3. All righty, what do you think that puzzle is trying to say? Just make your best guess. It's okay if you can't figure it out. We'll let you know next week what those all are. All right, moving on into the logic puzzle. The logic puzzle had to do with a bucket of candy and how much candy was in the bucket. And really the way you needed to work this puzzle was to sort of work backwards. And we did have 5 students that got this puzzle correct. The answer to this logic puzzle with the candy was 18 pieces of candy. There were 18 pieces of candy in the bucket. And these kids get a big shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah. To Vicente, Cole, Christina, Emiliano, and Nick. Good job. All right, what's up next? I think we've answered all the questions in our survey. We are now going to get to the grand finale. Ooh. The grand finale. All right. How many Orbeez were in that jar? I'll put that Orby picture back up for you so you know what we're talking about. There's those little water beads. You soak them in the tub or in the sink, a bucket of water. How many fit in there? Wow, we got a really big range of answers for this one. So what I did this week was I found this really cool website online that can make a histogram for me, and it even made me a frequency table, and then it gave me all kinds of cool information about my histogram and about my data set that I have. And what was neat too about this website was it broke down and made those frequency bars or intervals, it did it automatically. I didn't even have to figure that out, so I liked that. In the 0 to 69, so 169, so those kids that guessed anywhere between 0 to 169 Orbeez in the jar, we had 21 of those kids guess in that range. The 170 to 339, we had 8 kids. And then we had 4 kids in the next range, 1, 1, and then 2. And you can see on our frequency table right here, we can see how that gets all mapped out. In the most guesses were in this first bar, in this first interval. Now this program figured out the mean for me based on your guesses. And the mean is about 250. And what's interesting about that is when you look at where the mean is, which would be right around in here, then it shows you that the skew is positive. It's skewed over here to the right. It starts out really large over here. The mean is right somewhere in this range here. And then the data just keeps going this way. So it's skewed to the right. I'm going to tell you that I had one of those great guesses, those outlier guesses, and I want to say that was a 5,000. Thanks for that. But yeah, that 5,000 guess was our outlier. And I did not enter that amount into our data because it really pulls our data completely off. It pulls the mean off, pulls the skew and the range way out. So outlier 5,000, yeah, we kicked him out. didn't have them in our discussion here. All right, you guys have been really, really patient. You've been waiting up until the end to figure out what was the correct amount of Orbeez in the jar. But before we get to that, we've got our last puzzle of this video, okay? Take a look at this last puzzle. What do you think this puzzle is trying to say? Please put your best guess in an email to me. All right, so your email is going to have 4 puzzle guesses, and it is also, you're going to tell me who our grand prize winner is of how many Orbeez in the jar. So the total number of Orbeez in the jar, oh, gotta do my drum roll, is
600!
That's right. Summer Grace counted out 600 Orbeez and put them in the jar. She doesn't like when I use that name. Okay, sorry about that. All right, 600. We actually had somebody that was reasonably close with such a wide range of guesses. And that winner is Arnaud. Good job, Arnaud. Woo! He guessed 536 Orbeez. So, thanks for tuning in this week. It was a little bit shorter video. Sorry it's taken so long to get it posted today. But so glad you could be here. See a little bit of math. Ooh. All right. Make sure that make sure you send me that email and
Make sure to subscribe and like this video. See you next time.
see you next week.